Hey there, CJ Math students, and welcome to Notes 3.6 Part 1. So there are many different ways to write proportions. In the homework, I often tell you one specific way, but you can actually come up with a whole bunch of different ways. So for instance, I have 5 Xbox video games that cost $299.95. How much would 7 Xbox games cost? So the first way is to say, hey, I'm comparing the games and the cost, right? So games over cost. And I could write this as 5 over 299.95 equals, and then 7 over x. This is one way I could write it. Another way I could write it is I could just flip it. I could write cost over games. Nobody said you had to do games over cost. You could just do cost over games. So in this way, that would be $299.95 over 5 games is equal to, in this case, I don't have the cost, so x over 7. Another way I could do it is I could completely just say I'll have 2 ratios, one that compares the games and one that compares the cost. So for instance, I could say I want 5 games is equal to $299.95 over 7 games is equal to x, right? And obviously I could flip this and you could say 7 over 5 is equal to x over $299.95. You just have to make sure that you are comparing the same thing. So notice the 5 is also always associated with $299.95 here, vertically or horizontally, right? It's never diagonally associated, right? And same with 7. 7 is either horizontally associated with 5 or vertically. So you're trying to keep games together and cost together, or the cost and games together. It's all a relation. Let's do another one. So 6 Gatorades cost $6.90. How many Gatorades could you buy for $9.20? So you could tell yourself, hey, I'm comparing Gatorade, let's say Gator over money. And one way to go ahead and say that would be 6 over 690 is equal to, notice they give us money, so that would be x over 920. Another way is you could just flip it. You could say money over Gatorade, and you could then say, hey, it's 690 over 6 is equal to 920 over x, right? Because this time the money's on top. Another way you could say it is I'm literally going to compare the Gatorades equal to their costs, right? And you could say, okay, so 6 Gatorades is equal to 690, so that means that I don't know how many Gatorades, but they're going to be equal to 920, right? So that's another way to compare it. And again, you could flip this. You could say x over 6 is equal to 920 over 690, right? Let's do one more together. Cake recipe calls for 5 people. Requires 2 eggs. How many eggs will you need for a 15-person cake? So you're talking about people and eggs. In one way, you could say, okay, 5 people for 2 eggs is equal to, all right, I want 15 people, so 15 over x. You could also say, hey, eggs to people. And when I say eggs to people, that becomes 2 over 5, which is equal to, again, people's on bottom this time, so x over 15. And then, hey, you could just say, I want to compare eggs and people. So eggs is equal to the amount of people I have, right? You could also do people is equal to the amount of eggs I have, right? But if I have 2 eggs and that gives me 5 people, then I need to figure out, I don't know how many eggs, but that's going to give me 15 people, right? So there's multiple ways to write these ratios. You just have to make sure you're always comparing the same thing. All right, and that is the end of part 1.